Hello, humans! My name is Kelsey, I'm the blogger behind Blondes and Bagels, and today we are going to take a look at my 23andMe results. Now, that seems like a weird video, but I kind of just wanted to give like an overview of what 23andMe does, how they break down your heritage, what the process is like, and then just kind of share my results, why I did it, all of that stuff. Spoiler alert, I'm very white, yeah. But I think what's actually interesting is that, especially for someone like me, my husband is Eastern European. He actually was born in Moldova. So he grew up with like this really rich culture, rich heritage. I've had the most beautiful and amazing time learning about that culture. I actually took Russian classes for a while. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with the fact that he grew up with this culture. And to be honest, I knew based on my maiden name, I knew based on family stories, like my family, you know, we aren't like deep South. We've been here forever. We aren't New Englanders, nothing like that. Like we don't have a long history, I think, actually in this country as a family, but I just don't know a lot about it. My maiden name is O'Brien, which is obviously very Irish. And then my mom is actually from the East Coast, Italian, but not like Italy Italian, like Jersey Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like galamad, you know? Thin crust pizza, it's greasy, you fold it into a taco, you eat it, that kind of thing. So I kind of knew I came from somewhere, but to be honest, like there just wasn't a lot that I could like latch onto and know about. And so my husband really wanted to do 23andMe. All of our friends did it, and he bought me a kit so that I could play around too, kind of learn about, I don't know, anything. But yeah, I don't know. I see a lot of memes, the memes on Twitter joking about white people doing 23andMe, and then they're like, oh my God, I'm so white. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely white. But I did think my results were pretty interesting. Actually, I kind of got to see how far back my ancestors, you know, came here. It actually was a lot more recent than I thought, which was interesting. And then to understand like the specific parts of even like Ireland or Italy or other parts of me that I didn't know about. Just really interesting. Wanted to take you guys through the process. Let's do it.
This is real love.
Okay, so here is how the actual 23andMe system works. You buy a kit, they send you a test tube. You spit in the test tube, like kind of like that. Straight up, I had to do it twice. I actually spit in it, sent it off, and they tried to test it, and there wasn't enough DNA in that sample. So I kind of thought I could go and commit some crimes, but I held back. You know? No, really, I actually did have to do it twice, so they sent it to me again. I did it all over again. And then what happens is I actually registered my kit in the 23andMe app. And then when your results are ready, you get a little notification and it shows you your results. So that is what the process is like. So like I said, for me and my results, my maiden name is O'Brien, obviously very Irish. I had been told-ish that maybe that went back only a couple generations in terms of like when we came over here. But basically, I think it would have been like my grandpa's grandpa, I'm pretty sure. And then on my mom's side, truly no idea. I just know that they say they're Italian. They kind of just seemed more like they were from New Jersey and New York to me. I didn't really know about the Italian piece, and definitely not like what part of Italy or what part of Ireland or anything like that. And then you throw in the fact that it's like a French Canadian grandma over here, and just who knows, right? There's a lot going on. So my results, let's break them down. I will put some screenshots here about what you see in the app. So when I look, shocker, 98.5% European, that's a thing. I am white. Okay, so 53% Northwestern European. It's interesting for me to look at the breakdown of this because, first of all, I don't like that they group Britain, Ireland together. I understand that it's all like UK, but at the same time, like I would rather focus on the Irish part to me. So anyway, even though it says British and Irish, when I actually like click on the little thing and go in, it shows me specifically Ireland. So there's really no British in me. It's just all Irish. So 29.6% Irish, a solid 30% Irish. And what I thought was interesting is it actually breaks it down by like, can I zoom back out? How do you work this? Trying to do the tube. So it actually shows you like a breakdown of the map. It's almost like a heat map and shows you where they think you're from specifically, which is interesting because I didn't really know that. So it actually shows that my ancestry is from the County Cork area primarily, and then County Kerry. So my maiden name, O'Brien, I knew the history of that name. The reason that the Irish have the O, it's because it's of. So it's like you're of a certain lineage. So Brian is Brian Baru. I'm very Americanized at this point, clearly. So basically he was like the first king of Ireland or whatever. Very Irish. Anywho's in 30% Irish, and then 12.2%. Oh, this is all of that 53. So it's like out of that 53%, 29.6% of that. Oh yeah. So it's like out of the 53% that is Northwestern European, 29.6% of that is British and Irish, 12.2% of that is French and German, and then 11.2% of that is just like other broadly Northwestern European. I don't even know what that means. French and German, I thought that was interesting. No idea who in our family would have been from there. Truly not. It shows Netherlands as the most likely match. I do have very Netherlands style level of pale. Always the lightest shade at the foundation counter. Okay, now, so that I think was my dad's side of the DNA. What's interesting to me especially is to come over to this other side, Southern European. So it says 40.7% Southern European, with 19% of that being Italian. And what like really I find interesting, and again, because I think I just don't know a ton about that, I just don't know a ton about that side culturally, like how far back the generations went, that kind of stuff. And definitely not what part of Italy. Again, I just thought that these were like people from Jersey. I didn't really know the Italian thing was real. And I don't know if I'm like proud or scared or have mafia ties, but you know, we're from Sicily. It's just, we spent a little time in Naples for a second on our trip to Italy. I was scared. So yeah, 19% Sicilian, I guess. If I was a true Sicilian, I don't even think I would consider myself 19% Italian. I would just consider myself 19% Sicilian. And then it says 9.8% Spanish and Portuguese. I don't think so. I don't know who that would have come from. It's interesting. 1.4% Greek and Balkan, and then a random 10.5, that's kind of a lot. Broadly Southern European, 10.5%. Broadly Northwestern European, 11.2%. These are like weird numbers to not be able to attribute to anything. Definitely not Eastern European, 0.6%. My husband is like 99% Eastern European. So, and then, yeah, I don't know. I just thought this whole thing was very interesting, very insightful. And then you do have the opportunity to actually like hook up with family members, basically. So if other family members on the app, ooh, scary moment, it pointed out my grandma to me and it recognized that she was my grandma. When you go into this whole family situation, which I'm not gonna show you mine because that seems kind of private, but you can view all your relatives on the app, and it definitely knew my grandma was my grandma. Scary, but also DNA. But it also shows you like people that could be distant relatives. So I know there are all these crazy stories about people finding like long lost relatives on, you know, 23andMe. I actually have already had somebody message me because we do have some sort of familial relation. Basically fourth cousins, not really anything. We're talking about so far removed, but it's an interesting feature that you can kind of like go through and see and start to piece together your family tree. What we did not do, we did not do the health, I don't really know what it's called, like the medical health version of it, where it actually talks about like your health predispositions, whether or not you have certain genes for certain diseases and things like that. I'll tell you why. I just don't love knowing that, because, you know, obviously there's a lot of stuff that with lifestyle changes you can impact and you can change, or, you know, make the likelihood of some things happening less likely. But at the end of the day, like, your genes are your genes, man. You don't get to pick them. You're stuck with whatever you got. And for me, like, sometimes ignorance is bliss. I don't know that I'm somebody that could hear I have a potential to develop a life-ending or altering disease and not just absolutely lose it. I would rather live my life really well, take care of myself, spend time with my family, all of that, and just like, there are things that are not in my control. Let's leave them that way and not know about it. So that's just me. They keep trying to upsell me. They keep trying to like email me like, for $100 more, we'll give you your health breakdown. No, 23andMe, leave me alone. I'm not doing that. But if you've done it, maybe you tell me in the comments below, because I'm kind of curious, but I'm scared and I don't think I'm gonna do it, but I kind of still want to hear about it. You know, hit me up. Anyway, that's it. I hope that you guys found this interesting. I definitely think it is. I think it's been actually really insightful to understand where my family is from and kind of like what I'm made up up of, I guess, because yeah, I didn't grow up in a household that had such like thick, rich traditions. You know, my mom made a shit ton of pasta, so there was that. And you know, her side definitely has that Italian personality, but I don't know, it's just, I think over generations, like things just get lost, and my husband and his family still have everything so preserved because they came here so recently. And I love that. There's something that's been so beautiful about getting to be a part of that. I feel so thankful that they've actually been they don't keep me at arm's length about that stuff. Like they teach and they encourage, and it's not silly or weird to want to learn more and understand. There's just like a lot of mutual respect there. So I don't know, for me, I just wanted to be able to understand a little bit more about myself, where I'm from. It doesn't really change my day to day, but I do think that it's just interesting to know, and the science behind it is pretty dang cool. So anyway, subscribe to my channel, join my family. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.